Yeah, alright, guys and girls. Hope the actual picture is good anyway, because it's a sunny day today. I think a little bit of light coming through the window. Anyway, hi guys and girls. Welcome back to another daily dose of my daily news. And today I want to just do on what's been going on with the Switch. So when was it? When was this done? This post. Just doing some little bit of research because that's what you do when you're doing talks on it. So basically, Nintendo Switch games updates. Let's have a look. Where is it? Right, for today. Yeah, apparently it's smashed a lot of records. Sales smash expectations, put in Switch price, and Switch price and games fears to rest. Now, the thing is, ain't gonna put. This was done. This actually was posted Thursday, March the 9th. Today is the 10th of March. So, yeah, that was yesterday. But apparently there's been sort of like troubles with the Switch as well, apparently. 20% of 6,300 people or something. Not actually 6,000. It's 20% of the 6,000. So that would be roughly, probably about 1,200, at least 1,200 people out of the 6,000. So that's 1,200 people. So roughly around about 20%, give or take, at the 6,000. I've actually reported about the, where is it, console, so control pad, the control pad on it, or the, where is it, Nintendo, let's have a look. It's just gone off a second, and I'll give you 2 seconds. Just get this back up. I'm reading this on my Xbox One. Thing is, I'm using the Google thing on it, and it's really, really terrible on the Xbox One. Right. So Nintendo's new console may switch its fortunate 8 million. Switch has been shipped. 8 million shipped. Apparently, they might have to send them back, apparently. That's what they're saying here. Nintendo's new console may switch its fortunes. 8 million shipped units predicted in the first 13 months. So, Nintendo may have hit the jackpot with its new hybrid console, Switch, and the accompanying Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild game, with analysts and investors taking note. The stock is up to nearly 8% since last Friday's global launch. Though officials' sales numbers will not be released until later in the year, early indications suggest both the console and the game are a hit with fans. A reporter for the New York Times tweeted this week that according to Nintendo of America President Reggie Fils, Saturday sales for the Switch exceeded first 2-day sales in Americas for any system in Nintendo history. Friday Saturday sales for Nintendo Switch exceeded the first 2 days sale in America for any system in Nintendo history. Next biggest was the Wii. So the next biggest. Local Japanese magazine Famitsu reported as of March the 5th, the Switch sold an estimated 313.700 million units domestically. Nomura analyst Junko Yamamura said in a Monday note, it remains to be seen how the Switch's first week fared compared to Nintendo's best-selling Wii console, which reports said had sold 600,000 units in the first 8 days. But IDC's research director for the gaming and VR AR, Lewis Ward, told the CNBC he expects the Switch will ship approximately 8 million units worldwide through the end of the first quarter of 2018. Switch is on, well, to be honest, if they can fix the controller on it, I'll probably end up getting one next year, but I'm not buying it now. I'm not buying it at all until next year. Meanwhile, on a review aggravating website, Metacritic, Breath of the Wild was the 4th best ranked game of all time. Oh, so basically then, so this, well, thing is, Nintendo's 1, 2, 3 game and the Breath of the Wild, which was Zelda, to be honest, wasn't really much competition there in the first place because there was only 4 games at launch, which, to be honest, you would think they would have done a lot better. They could have brought, I don't know, Metroid Prime, a new game out or something, a new Metroid game. They could have done a new Super Mario game at the start or something. That they could have done another tennis game, Smash Tennis. I mean, who knows what they could have done. But the thing is, they only sold it because of Zelda. Now, if something else there, if there was any other games out there, that wouldn't have got knocked off the shelf so quick, the Zelda game, and people would have bought something else. To be honest, I don't know why. That's the only reason people buys the systems for is the Zelda games. And I don't know, even though it's an exclusive, there were some talks a while back. They were going to put that on the PlayStation 4 and they were going to put that on the Xbox. Now that would be quite cool because that would get more people buying it, and that would actually rank a lot of money up if they did actually. To be honest, there shouldn't be any contestants, any wars on console gaming because it's ridiculous. I mean, if you think about it, right, I like the Xbox One due to its compatibility now with the Xbox 360 games. There's been talks about it going to the Xbox One's, well, not the Xbox One, the Xbox Scorpio, and do a backwards compatibility on that as well. Apparently you're going to be able to play Xbox One games on that, which is going to be good. But that's going to be the last console of its generation. And that's going to be 6 teraflops when it comes out this year, so I might hold off. But the thing is, I don't want to buy that. That's the thing. I'm going to wait until next year, and I might actually buy the PlayStation 5, which, to be honest, is going to blow every console out the water. It's going to blow up the actual Nintendo Switch as well. The Switch, don't get me wrong, it's an alright console if you want it in bits and pieces. I mean, I don't find that I want a console that I can take out and about with me. I want it on the screen. But I've also noticed, and people say, oh, it's not about graphics, not all about graphics. Trust me, guys and girls, trust me on this. A lot of the games are about graphics. And I got a PC. Got a PC here. I'm a bit of a PC gamer and I like my PC and I like putting them up on ultra settings, play them on my 4K TV. And when I play them on my 4K TV, it's fantastic. But that's me. I'm not everybody else. I can't judge for everybody else. So each to their own. If you like console gaming, the little console handhelds or the hybrids and all that, that's quite cool. But yeah, so apparently by next year, the Switch will ship approximately 8 million units worldwide through the end of the first quarter of 2018. But the thing is, they need to fix the controllers. Otherwise, they're going to lose all that money. All that money they're earning right now, they're going to get sent back because of the controllers. And I've also just read up about it. The controllers as well. You have to be very close up, and it's all to do with controller issues with Nintendo Switch. So this is one I was going to get to, the news for today, the actual main bit of the news about the Nintendo Switch. Now, if I've got a controller, I don't want to sit up close up to the screen and have it so my eyes, I get squared eyes. That's the reason I was waiting until they actually fix these problems. Because then is, why buy a console £300-400 or £279, and then you have to pay extras and extra controllers, which cost an extra £65, and then you got to get extra bits and bobs for it. Why pay all that flipping money to Nintendo when they fucking screwed you over, right, with the Wii U in the first place? They screwed all of us over with the Wii U. I actually bought that thinking they were going to bring out some fantastic games. They did. They brought some good exclusives, but nothing I really was interested in. Nothing that popped me out. And like, even with the new Zelda game now, right? Apparently, it's been said that the resolution, right, on the system is 900p. You would think by now that they would have learned their lesson by making these consoles more powerful and more smaller and more compact and more handheld, but also a hybrid, but make it more graphically. That's what they've done. They've made it a hybrid, yes, which is good, but they've underpowered it. And I'm wondering why they've underpowered the system. It seems it's more fantastic handheld. The screen looks fantastic, they said. They said the actual screen's fantastic. A lot of people are not complaining about the screen. And then the controllers seem to be a bit flingy on the sides. Apparently, some of them said there was some loose buttons on there. But the actual main Bluetooth on it from a distance, say if you got your console over the other side of the room, say, I don't know, say if you've got a big room and you've got 20 foot between you or some shit like that, about 20 foot or something, or less than that, say, I don't know, 15 foot or something, or 10 foot, say you're 10 foot away, or 5 foot, something, yeah, just say 5 foot, 5-6 foot, and then you got the controllers and they're not working at all, right? Me, personally, I would want a console that is actually working. And apparently the screen's resolution on one of the screens, someone actually reported that the screen, the company said it was looking into the matter which could be caused by wireless interference. So apparently they're using some sort of other shitty wireless connection with the controller and the system. And it really, really annoys to me. You pay all this money just to get flinged over again, and you think Nintendo would actually be more concerned. They would be literally looking into this from the very start, what they've been like designing, how they've designed it, and look over and over it and keep making these same units so they're exactly the same. But I mean, okay, obviously they're going to be the same. That's why everyone's getting one the same and all that kind of stuff with it. But you think if you're paying all this amount of money for it, you would want it to work, especially the actual controllers. Was it the G-Con or whatever they call them, the Joy-Con controllers? They call it the Joy-Con. Actually, you've seen that where it says the last bit. It's got Joy. Then there's a little sort of like an underline in between. So there's a little small minus line in between. The last one says Con on it. I mean, to be honest, do you think Nintendo are bloody conning you out of a controller that is a dodgy one? I mean, each to their own. It might be just interference. It might be just Nintendo's controllers. They might have not fixed them. Might be just some dodgy ones out there. But apparently a lot of people said it's fantastic. The consoles, there's quite a few people out there haven't had problems with it. But it says the company said it was looking into the matter which could be caused by the wireless interference, and suggested gamers sat closer to the console. It comes after some players complained about the screens containing dead pixels. So apparently the actual pixels on the screen is absolutely dead. So basically they're missing some pixels from it, which could be to do with the CPU. It could be to do with the GPU inside, which is actually malfunctioned. Sometimes if you get, say, a bad CPU in it, which could be overcooked or something. It could be fried inside. It could be just a dead console that's not working properly, which they'll have to send back to the company, back to Nintendo, and get like a replacement. Whether that's in the guarantee, unless people have like fucked up already, the consoles themselves. It comes after some players complained about their screens containing dead pixels that created black squares. So apparently they created black squares. The console has received largely positive reviews and is selling well. Reports about problems with the controllers, known as Joy-Con, have been around since before the launch of the console. Among those who had pre-release review units, it seems to affect play when the console is connected. So basically, they connect it to the console, and obviously it's probably interfering. Maybe someone have got their fingers in the way of the actual transmissions or the interference bit between the console and their fingers and the controller. Obviously, they should have put the buttons where you can't put your fingers, so you don't cover your fingers over the top of the actual wireless or the Bluetooth. And apparently, when they were putting it onto the main tablet itself, a couple of them, apparently they put them on the wrong way. Some people did, and it kind of didn't click in, or it got stuck and it got jammed in. So on its support page, apparently Nintendo's support page, Nintendo advised users to make sure that the Switch console was placed out in the open and not behind a TV in or under a metal object or near an aquarium. Thing is, why would you put your Switch next to an aquarium or even actually behind it? I mean, come on. If you're going to do that, you may as well just stick your Switch inside the aquarium as a sort of like a monument for the fish, for your like goldfish or something, or whatever fish you got in there for the aquarium in the first place, and just drown the poor bastard. But I mean, you got to use common sense. Use common sense at the end of the day. That's why I'm saving my money at the moment until they fix these sort of problems. And yeah, just make sure they've done it properly. That's why I'm going to wait until next year, into 2018, see how well it does. And then, yeah, then probably end up buying one. Because I'm not against Nintendo. I'm just I want them to do fantastic with the actual system, with the consoles. And I want them to bring a Metroid Prime out game, which would be fantastic. The problem seems to be worse in the left-hand controller, and some including games writer Jeff Gerstmann reports it is affected by how close users sit to the TV. Oh, I'll be right back, guys. And on just a second. No. Hold on a minute. Anyway, and girls as well. I don't want to sound sexist, so I had to say boys and girls and men and women and all that. I love all of you. Right. It also advised users to make sure the console had the latest software updates and to try to decrease the distance between the Joy-Con and the console. So basically, they want you, say if you've got a controller, this is the Xbox One controller, right? And this is for my Xbox One. Say if you had the tablet, say there was a tablet on the screen, and you got the two controllers either side. In other words, basically, they just want you to use it pretty much as a handheld, because at least you've got the controllers and you've got the screen put together. So it's basically then what they're trying to do, they're just trying to get you to have another 3DS, really, to be honest, but a big, larger screen. Actually, apparently, it's not even that much bigger, the screen size on it, compared with the 3DS XL, extra large version of the 3DS. Apparently, some guy on YouTube videos, on one of the videos I was watching on a channel, I'm not too sure which one it was, because I watch them and I don't figuring out much, about the YouTubers. I watch a few videos from time to time, ones that actually interest me, like Linus Tech Tips and all that kind of stuff, to do with consoles and computers and PCs and monitors and all that. Anyway, so this one guy was doing all the testing and all that kind of stuff on it, but he finds that the console's fantastic. Just finds it's fantastic. But the thing is, if you've got a Nintendo 3DS, and he had the actual 3DS and he had the actual other screen, he matched the two screens together, and he found that they were quite similar in size. The Switch was a lot larger, but not by much. It was like a couple inches taller on the actual main screen if you put them together. It says, right, a video posted on YouTube suggested that while the right-hand Joy-Con had a dedicated antenna, the left-hand one was harder to find. So basically, I bet what they'd done with the other antenna on it, they had their thumb over it, and that's probably why they couldn't bloody see it in the first place. Come on, common sense. So the antenna is printed directly on the controller's circuit board. It's not a separate unit inside the device. Second, the antenna is located beneath the controller's shoulder button, and next to the housing for, so basically the shoulder button, so say they had, like I said, the controllers here, the shoulder buttons would be the ones on the corner. So basically when they were using, say, the tablet, they had their finger probably over the top of it. A lot of the people probably did it. They probably didn't know it was to do with their finger over the top of it, and that's why the system didn't work. So either that, or Nintendo's screwing you guys and girls over. All of that could block or weaken the Bluetooth signal. Well, to be honest, Bluetooth isn't really that good unless it's the latest one. Like I think it was like Bluetooth 4.2 or something. I don't know unless they've got a latest one, but a straw poll on the social media platform Reddit suggested that 20% of respondents out of a total of 6,300 had experienced some kind of issue with their Switch console. Piers Hardin Rose, an analyst at research firm IHS Markit, said, obviously if this does occur when gaming it can be frustrating, but generally I don't think this is an impact in people's enjoyment of the platform too heavily. What is perhaps making it worse is that the right Joy-Con has better connectivity, which is highlighting the left's relative weakness. If this is a design issue, I expect Nintendo's to look closely at adjusting the layout of the antenna in the left Joy-Con to help solve the issues, as the fix would appear. Well, to be honest, if it's to do with the Bluetooth and all that, well, the Bluetooth would be inside the console in the actual tablet. So if it's a dodgy sort of Bluetooth, then theoretically it's with the system, not the controller. But if the controller is connecting with the Bluetooth and the system, then it can, I don't know, it'd be kind of weird. So they would have to send the whole thing back. Right, I'm back. So yeah, anyway, guys and girls, if you've got a Switch yourself, I haven't personally got a Switch, so I wouldn't know. But if I had fucking problems like that, I would take it back, the whole entire system, the controller and the console, and I would just tell Nintendo, no, screw you and all that, because you fucked me over with my Nintendo before. So now they've gone and say they did that again with the new Nintendo system. Then it's like, you fooled me once, well, that was me. You fooled me twice, not again. So you can only fool someone like so many times before they end up cracking and just like, I don't know, buggering off and all that and going to a different company. To be honest, they used to be good, right? They used to be brilliant. And to be honest, I love the 3DS. I haven't got no bad words with the 3DS at all, because I have here Pokemon Moon and Pokemon Sun, and I'll tell you what, They're fantastic games. I love them. I love the Nintendo games for the 3DS. And where is it? And also got my 3DS in there as well with my Sonic the Hedgehog. I love this system. And I love the consoles. And I love handheld consoles. And the only reason I probably would get the Switch next year is for the handheld thing, not for the TV, because thing is, I got a 4K TV now. Now having, say, this console on a 4K TV, ain't gonna do. Because to be honest, what it's gonna do, it's gonna put the resolution down, and it's gonna get a bit laggy, and my TV ain't gonna catch up because it has to basically try and stretch out the pixels. Because if you're doing it through HDMI, then you're going to have some sort of like issues with the HDMI cable, and I think that would be quite a bit of a worrying on it. Okay, it downsamples it, but the thing is, if you've got, say, your 4K, I know it like lowers down the resolution and all, but surely it can have some serious impact on it. Especially, I've got this big screen here, 49-inch screen. Say if I'm playing sort of like games at 900p or even less than that, that is going to be some bad flipping pixels right there. It's just going to be terrible. Anyway, guys and girls, cheers all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you got any comments about Nintendo Switch, if you enjoy it yourself, if you find it, this is not like a sort of a criticism video. This is just purely putting it out there. That I'm going to get one next year as well, and this is just daily news. If you enjoyed it, this is not like a dig at Nintendo, and they're doing a fantastic job selling that amount of consoles, but this is just a sort of like a kick at the backside and saying to them they need to sort this out, the whole system, the whole controllers, because then is, if you've got yourself a console for that price, or 200 or 300 quid, I mean, to be honest, you could get yourself a PC for that price, or a tablet actually for that price, and play some games that can actually play games. You can get like a quad-core processor in it for even cheaper than that, for 100 quid that can play games like that. But even though it's not going to be exclusive games, it's just the way it is, isn't it? Anyway, cheers all for watching, and stay safe, guys and girls. Today is Friday the 10th of March, and it's 11 o'clock in the morning. And catch you all later, and stay safe.